global condemnation mounts over starvation in Gaza as Israel allows limited ground deliveries of supplies as well as airdrops of aid into the territory.
This is not going to make a great deal of difference. The only thing that really will make a big difference would be a lot of road convoys. You can't do it with airdrops.
The threat of U.S. sanctions on Russia looms larger as President Trump presents Vladimir Putin with a new and shorter deadline for a ceasefire in Ukraine. Plus, the Lionesses of England get a hero's welcome home after defeating Spain in the Euros final. Well, gunmen in Nigeria have killed more than 30 people they'd kidnapped back in March. Local residents said some were killed because they were unable to pay a ransom. More than 50 people have been taken from a village in Zamfara state in Nigeria's northwest earlier this year. The captors demanded a ransom of 1 million naira, roughly $650 per hostage. Relatives say they paid the gang more than $33,000. In recent years, criminal gangs in the region have carried out deadly raids, kidnappings, and arson attacks as a means to try to raise money.
At least one person is dead and 3 have been injured in a shooting in New York. Police say a lone suspect has been killed. China's president calls for all-out search and rescue efforts as severe flooding kills at least 30 people in Beijing. And coming up on Business Today, we'll have more on the US and China trade talks that could be setting the stage for a meeting between the two countries' leaders.
Four people, including a police officer, have been killed after a man walked into a skyscraper armed with a rifle and began shooting in New York City.
Tonight at 6, the UK ramps up the pressure on Israel. The Prime Minister has just announced that the UK will recognise the state of Palestine in September unless Israel agrees to a ceasefire in Gaza. Our international editor Jeremy Bowen is in Jerusalem and will tell us what it all means. Also tonight, the Rotherham grooming gang scandal. We speak to 2 women who say they were sexually abused by police officers as well. Torrential rain triggers landslides and severe flooding in northern China. Dozens have died and tens of thousands have been evacuated. And a victory parade along the Mall for the Lionesses as the European champions inspire a new generation.
How excited are you about seeing the Lionesses shortly?
Out of 100, probably a million. Bye, bye, bye.
Nigel Farage demands an apology after he's accused of siding with the likes of Jimmy Savile by a government minister. President Trump wraps up his working trip to Scotland, opening a new golf course bearing his name.
And I look forward to playing it today. We'll play it very quickly, and then I go back to DC and we put out fires all over the world. That's much more important than playing golf, as much as I like it.
Serena Wiegmann hits the dance floor with her favourite artist as the Lionesses celebrate at Buckingham Palace.
And I'm fully submerged in the Isles of Scilly's microclimate at the beautiful Tresco Abbey Garden, surrounded by plants that you can't grow anywhere else in the UK. Join me for the forecast live from here a bit later in the programme.